Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Nuncio, aka none other, reporting to you live and direct, representing God to the fullest in life as you and I both know it. And I'm on my way home from work, and I decided, hey, let me go ahead and give you guys an update as to what's been going on in my life. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around so you guys can see my nappy head. Let's talk about that. What's been going on with that? A lot, as you can see. I've been thinking, like, the whole thing about, my hair, dreads, what I want to do with it, if I want to have dreads or not. And I kind of came to the conclusion that I'm still, like, in this whole, go natural, dread, nappy, bedhead type look for the black guy. And I thought, at one point, that hey, I'm gonna cut, I'm gonna have my hair cut low and kept cut low because the Bible says, that it's shameful for a man to have long hair. And then I was wrestling with that, saying like, well, what is considered long, and what is considered biblical truth, and what's considered a biblical opinion and facts and all that. And right now, I can say that I'm at the conclusion that the Bible has some opinions in there, though it's a book of truth. It's a record of things that actually happened, but as far as some things that are of God versus things that are of man, I feel like, that whole blur about men having long hair, that was just really, one man's opinion. That's just where I stand at with that, until I otherwise feel convicted, or I come across some more reliable resources of information. So yeah, that explains my whole hair thing. I had dreads before, loved them, cool thing to have, and I wouldn't mind having them again. So on to the next. My book. Back in September, or maybe it was the last week of August, I had announced that I was writing a book, and that I had it slated to have completed by the new year, in which I did not. I missed that deadline, but I am still currently working on that book. The book, I don't think I shared the title with you all, and I don't feel like sharing it right now. But I can say this: the progress. I'm making progress. I have about 100 more pages to write, and hopefully I can have that book completed in the next couple of weeks here. I take time out every day, and I write. Oh gosh, thinking about it, I'm like, let me see, because I get anywhere between 2 to 5 pages done a day, and that's like 5 pages on a good day. So I'm estimating on, if I have 20 days of good writing, 5 pages a day, then I have that book done. In less than a month here. But in case if I don't, then the book will be completed definitely before spring break. And spring break, I'm not talking about college, I'm talking about school, because I work at a school. And that kind of brings me to my next point here about the educational process / progress. Obama had allowed 10 states to waive the No Child Left Behind, which I hate the No Child Left Behind act, because it just stunted the growth of the child to actually learn and to have an incentive to learn. I feel that you should not pass children along if they don't pass. So I guess you could say pushing kids along because of fear of that they will drop out of school. Well, they're going to drop out regardless, because they kind of feel, I feel that you're setting them up to realize that, hey, I don't know this stuff, so why am I coming to school anyway? I didn't learn it last year, and here I am in the next grade level, and the teacher is trying to teach me something that I should have, or I should say, teach me something new based upon what I learned in the previous year, but it's not working out like that. And I feel that if you fail, then you should fail. You should stick. It's been quite some experience, working in the educational field. And I'm sorry I had to turn the camera around because I only got like a certain amount of time to be able to record. I don't know how this phone works when it comes to recording on YouTube. But anyhow, I'll just go ahead and just let it ride out. If it goes out, it goes out. You can pick me up on part 2 to this video. That's if I choose to do a part 2. But anyhow, working within the educational system has allowed me to see a lot of things that are quite disturbing. Some things such as disciplinary problems within children, the issues that they go through, the things that they deal with, and how there's no counselor really in place to be able to help coach these children on how to deal with social issues. And that's one thing I believe that should be taught in school, like mandatory. It's like, social skills, how to deal with your emotions. Children don't know how to deal with it. It's like you're just kind of like you're sent to school to be filled up with knowledge on books, becoming book smart, but then it's this whole thing of like, well, what do you do when you're upset, when somebody makes you mad? Your natural thing is to attack, to retaliate. Somebody's making fun of you. The bullying epidemic that is like rampaging throughout the nation. I believe that has a lot to do with children not being taught how to cope with problems and how to cope with their emotions and their feelings and how to deal with other people. But I feel like right now I'm at this place so that I can learn, so that I can pull from, and to be able to give back to the community through speaking, through interactions with families and neighborhoods, to help shed a little light on some of these dark situations, and to be able just to speak out. I believe that we're living in that time and era in which how it was like in the 60s and the early 70s, that people were tired of being mistreated. Comparing what we're going through now to the civil rights movement, in which there was still this whole thing of a form of slavery that was in America that was causing such an injustice, and to the point to where we still are suffering from it today. And people say, well, what's going on within the education, what's going on within certain communities. Some people say black communities. For me, I don't say black because it's happening in all types of communities, and these communities in particular really are poverty-stricken communities. It has no color discrimination. Like, poverty will hit anybody that it can, and along with poverty, you have a certain mentality, a certain type of lifestyle that comes right along with it, more than likely. I'm not saying that this happens all the time, but it happens a majority of the time, in which you have people who are poverty-stricken, really living in an area or living in a situation in which that's how their minds are. Their mind makes manifestations of their environment, and it puts out onto an environment. That's why I can't necessarily blame a neighborhood. A neighborhood is no more than what the people that are in it, because it's the people that make the neighborhood. It's the mentality as a whole. It's like if you want to take the temperature of a particular type of person or people that you're dealing with, go to their neighborhood and look and see the level of intelligence as a whole, and what does it tell you? Look at the culture as a whole, and what does it tell you? Whatever is being put out and whatever is being advertised, that is the mentality of the people as a whole. Not to say everybody, but as the vast majority of a particular situation in which people are living in. It speaks volumes. It's like it's not a lie. You go to a good neighborhood and you can assume these people have good jobs. You can assume these people have well manners. You can assume that these people have something on their mind as far as investing into to the future, their children. Look at the school system, look at the things that they do as far as activities, and it's the direct opposite. If you go to a poverty-stricken neighborhood, whether you call it the projects, the ghettos, the trailer parks, or how some urban neighborhoods are becoming, it's based upon the mentality of the people that live there. And more than likely, they are uneducated, and they pass this down to their children. A lot of the times, they are not as healthy, taking that, they don't have the ways and means of transportation. I mean, if you don't have a good education, you don't have a good job, more than likely you're not going to be able to get around as much, or even if you can get around, you're not going to be as the type to venture out into better neck of the woods, I should say, to get better food, to get better things. People that live in these desert-like areas throughout our land is based upon the mentality of the people that live there. And it's not a black or a white thing, it's a poverty thing. Now, if we were to put a color to it, it would be really nearly impossible. But based upon what I see when I go to different neighborhoods or whatever in Cincinnati, I do see a majority of it being black people in certain neighborhoods. When it deals with crime, shootings that happen here in Cincinnati, this is based upon my judgment here, based upon what I see on the news. And what I see on the news is them saying, like, that it was a black on black crime. Very rare, if ever, do you hear of a race crime, really, here in Cincinnati. I mean, it really is black people killing black people, white people killing white people. And to me, it's sad. And I believe that something needs to be done about that. And I do plan on doing the best that I can to try to shed a little light here in Cincinnati, through music, through activities, through giving people words of encouragement, so that these things could die down. I mean, I'm not banking on ever ending it, but I can go ahead and say this, that for sure, if I'm persistent and constantly being out there in the forefront as a revolutionary leader, an activist here in this city to make a better difference, it will happen. It's just the way it is, like it was with Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, Gandhi, Angela Davis. Those people were persistent and they started to bring about a change. But it's going to take a lot of hard work, and it's going to take a lot of dedication. And that's what I feel I have. It's going to take a lot of work, a lot of hard work, and I'm ready for it, And I'm making plans right now. Now is the season for me to go ahead and do that, to make plans and hope to bring about change within my school community, within my home, within the churches, within just people. And so, with that being said, guys, I appreciate feedback. Go ahead, leave your comments down at the bottom. Gosh, just pass the word around, that change is still coming, change is happening, and that your boy Nuncio, aka none other, is right back out there on the circuit again, putting up videos, thoughts and stuff like that. So with that being said, peace in, guys, and confusion out.